My name's Evian, and honestly, I came not expecting anything. Honestly, a year ago, I gave my life to Christ because a friend of mine who was homeschooled came to a public school of 2,500 kids, and me and him just became best friends. And I came from a background of foster care, of being abused by men, women, confused in my sexuality, and then contracting genital herpes because of the lifestyle I was living, because of brokenness, seeking love. And literally a couple weeks ago, my spiritual dad told me, "You're lukewarm." And I didn't know what that meant until I started reading the word. And then when Kathryn was speaking about lukewarm, it just hit me, because literally I'm over here thinking I have the power of Jesus, but I weren't walking in the power of Jesus. And then just seeing people hungry for Jesus, and seeing people that came from broken families like me, that were the same like me, to come just with faith. And that's all I had, because I said when I gave my life to Christ, I have nothing to lose but all to gain. And tonight just it was not, I'm not the fire, Jesus is the fire, I'm the spark. And so I'm just gonna spark every area I go to just for that flame for Jesus, because today I saw so many things, so many things that I'm reading in the Bible that my own church isn't even talking about. And I just moved to a new church, and a good friend, Julian, invited me tonight, literally today. Didn't even know who this person was, Kathryn, didn't know your team, I didn't know anything. And today, like, God opened up so much for me, and I'm just lost for words. And I just, if this goes out, I just want to know, to tell everybody that Jesus is real. I'm a walking testimony. We saw so much testimonies tonight and so many healings, and it's as real as you can get. And yeah, I'm sorry. God's good. God's good. I'm sorry. I had a whole thing and I couldn't finish because God's like, woo.
My name is Julian, and last year of 2022, January 2022, Kathryn Crick, she came to Nebraska, North Platte. And prior to that, I was asking God, if this is real, bring her close enough for me to drive. And so like 3 or 4 months later, I found out that she was gonna actually be like 5.5 hours away. And so I pondered with God, like, should I go? Because it was like a little bit of snow, it was blizzarding a little bit. And God said, according to your faith. And I remember I was like, I'm never gonna be able to live this down if I don't go. And so me and my friend, we go, and before even Kathryn Crick could even get on the stage, God whispered to me, and he let me know that he was there. And he played one of the songs that I used to whisper and sing to my son when he was just an infant. And it let me know that God was there. But we stayed the entire time. I could have left. I already got my portion before she came. But when she came, there was overflow. And out of that overflow, we've seen miracle signs and wonders. People were healed, and it really changed my life. So I get back home, and I tell my wife about it. And I didn't share this part earlier, but about 3 weeks later, I went there and I renounced some things for the wife and my family. 3 weeks later, my wife was healed of intrusive thoughts that she was dealing with. And it was the most powerful thing. We had the opportunity to share it on Ash Wednesday a few months later. And so God moved powerfully. So fast track, she came back to Iowa. I'm originally from Iowa. I just found out from her friend about 4 or 5 days ago. He whispered, actually he sent me a message saying that she was gonna be here at the Iowa State Fairgrounds. And so for me, knowing what I got last time, I had to reach out to my friends. This is my friend Evian, and I had to let people know, hey, you guys got to come and to experience God in a new way. And I truly believe that God is moving in us in a powerful way, not just through the word, not just through sermons, but in power. And I've invited like 10 people, but only 2 of them came. And Evian came and he was touched. And I'm blessed that the good news can keep going forward. And so the fact that he was touched and that God moved powerfully. My wife, she came with me this time around. My son was here, and I'm telling you, she even looked at me and she was bawling because she was even a skeptic. But now she's a believer. And so I thank Apostle Kathryn Crick for her obedience and her love, just to surrender and say, okay, God, use me. And because of that, many people can get the anointing too. So I'm blessed, and I thank you guys for what you guys do.